ways to improve energy. This is a follow-up to the video that I did on 4 main reasons that are causing low energy, and now I want to talk about how to improve them. So, first and foremost, get your labs checked to figure out why you have low energy in the first place. So I talked about this in my first video, that I check all these things in my comprehensive blood panels, but we need to figure out why. So those 4 main reasons, just to reiterate really quickly, were hypothyroid, adrenal fatigue, inflammation, and blood sugar control. So those 4 things can really be nailed out in our blood panels. We need a full thyroid panel. Yes, full, not just TSH, not just a thyroid hormone. We also need adrenal markers, different inflammation and toxicity markers, and then a blood sugar panel. So beyond glucose and beyond hemoglobin A1C. So nail down the root of the problem to really help target treatment is going to be very, very, very helpful. Number 2 is going to be managing blood sugar. So I've talked about this extensively in other videos, so you can go check those out on our YouTube, but really decreasing the sugar intake and the refined carbohydrate intake is going to have a really good effect on our blood sugar management and regulation. So if we are eating those heavily processed carby foods most of the day, we're going to have lots of spikes and lots of falls. And especially if we have that first thing in the morning, that leads to even more issues throughout the day. So protein and fat and fiber to start our day always. And then if we are having carbohydrates throughout the day, make sure they're paired with proteins and fats and fibers to help balance that blood sugar spike. Number 3 is going to be lowering inflammation. So our best way to do that is through our diet. So focusing on an anti-inflammatory diet 90% of the time would be an amazing goal to shoot for, and will have massive effects on all things health. So decreasing processed foods, inflammatory oils, refined carbohydrates, sugar, and then focusing more on eating those whole natural foods. So lots of different veggies. I like to have people aim for their plate to be 50 or even 75% vegetables of different colors, and then healthy animal protein and healthy fats, and then healthy carbohydrates. So more of the rice and quinoa and sweet potatoes instead of pastas and breads. And another way to really lower inflammation is to manage our stress. So stress is very inflammatory to the body, so the more we can manage that, the better. Number 4 is going to be prioritizing sleep. So people hear this all the time. They know how important it is, but it really takes a back seat, and that's not great. So how many times have you heard that get 6 hours of sleep and you're good? 6 to 8 hours. That is completely wrong. 6 hours is not enough. There is extensive research that shows less than 7 hours of sleep can cause a lot of different issues, from immune system to energy, etc., etc. So I like to have people be in bed for at least 8 hours. So then that probably means they're getting around 7 hours, assuming they don't have major issues falling asleep or waking up a bunch in the middle of the night or waking up too early. And then another thing that's really important is going to be your sleep environment. So we want it to be dark and we want it to be cold. There's research that shows alarm clock lights can actually hinder sleep. So make it as dark as you can and make it nice and cold. Sticking to a schedule is really important as well. So if you're waking up at 10 p.m. or going to sleep at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. during the weekdays, try and stick to that similar hour-ish window on the weekends as well. If you're going to bed at midnight or 1 a.m. and then getting up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., that totally throws off sleep quality then when you're going back into the week. And then also we need a bedtime routine. So winding down and getting ready for bed is very, very important to lower our heart rate, calm our mind in order to fall into deep sleep at the beginning of the night and throughout the night. So avoiding blue light at least 30 minutes to an hour before bed. So our cell phones, our laptops, and TV is a great place to aim. 2 hours is ideal, but I know so many people are not going to do that. So I have people at least get 30 minutes where there's no screen in front of their face right before bed. And then we need to wind down. So I have people do some sort of deep breathing or meditation or stretching for 5 to 10 minutes before they go to bed. Doesn't have to be something really dramatic, but 5 minutes can have a really profound impact on calming your mind, bringing down that heart rate. And we need that heart rate to be nice and low so that we can fall into deep sleep. So figure out why, so you can really nail down where it's coming from, what's contributing to it, but then how can we treat it? And then lower inflammation, manage blood sugar, and prioritize sleep. Those are going to be 4 great ways to really help figure out and manage your energy issues.